Hey everyone, I'm Kelly and this is my channel Crossstitches. This is a place where I talk about my addiction to cross stitching and all of everything else that goes along with it. Accumulating stash, buying patterns, you name it. So today is Flosstube number 45 and it is Monday the 22nd of April 2024. I would just like to say thank you to any of my returning viewers and subscribers, very much appreciated, and welcome to any new viewers or subscribers that might have just come across my channel. Hope you like what you see and continue to like what you see and what I have to show you. All right, let's just get straight into what I've been stitching on for the last 2 weeks. If I keep glancing that way, it's because one of my horses is right outside the window and I'm just keeping an eye on what he is doing so he doesn't start acting like a lunatic. So, yeah, let's just get straight into what I've been stitching on. The first one is this one. It is, well, I call it a tribal wolf. It is from a store on Etsy, 2x2 stitch art. Sorry for any of the traffic noise going past as well. So this is what it will look like when it is completed. As usual, I'll put up a picture of where it was, and this is currently where I'm up to. So I have moved the nudge. I was over in this section. I finished that off, and I have moved the nudge, gone down and done his front leg and paw. And now I'm back up here, finishing off this bit. So yeah, that is what it is looking like to this point. It's a super easy stitch, and I am doing this on a 14 count dyed Ada that I got from Paddock Lane Designs using Etoile 823. So you can see a little bit of sparkle there. What did I worked on this for 2 days and I got 1,100 stitches into it. So I think I'm at about 80% because I've only got the wolf here to finish off. I only got sort of this section here of the wolf, that section there, to finish off, and then I've just got the frame to do. So if I keep getting big numbers into it, I should definitely have this done by this year. But yeah, that is looking really good. All right, the next one is this one. Mini Top Frog. Artwork is by Jodie Bergsma and it is a Heaven and Earth Designs pattern. This is just the regular mini version. It's not max colors or anything. Put a picture of where it was, and this is where I'm currently up to with it. So as you can see, I have finished off the rest of that page. This is just being stitched on 16 count Ada using CXC, a mix of CXC and DMC threads. So I stitched on this for 3 days and I've done 1,500 stitches into it. So what I done was the first 2 days, and I I was really determined to try and get this page done in them 2 days, because I knew that there was only going to be a couple of hundred stitches left on it, and I didn't want to sort of leave it and then move to another page, because I'm thinking, did I go right? No, I haven't gone right to the top. So that's what I was going to do. I was going to finish this page and then go up and do the top page up here. So I didn't want to only have a couple of hundred stitches left on the bottom here in this page. So I'd done the 2 days and I got like 1,200 stitches, and I was really trying to push to get the last 300 done on the second day, but I was tired and had to go to work the next day. So when I got home, I knew I was meant to be swapping to my next project, but I thought, bugger it, it's not going to take me long to smash out those 300 stitches. So that's what I done. So I got that page finished off, and I can move the Q-snap next time I pull it. But that is looking really good. So that is the bottom of the pattern there. Let me take this off and we can have a look at the whole thing. So there we go. That is the whole thing at the moment. So I will move up and finish off and do that top page. So I've got the whole center row of pages done. But that is looking so good. So good. And then I'll decide from there where I'm going to go, whether I will. I know I was saying that I'd go down here and then spread across, but I changed my mind and decided I'll go up and do that last page. And then I'll decide, once I get that page done, I'll decide where I'm going to go from there. But that is what that one is looking like so far. And I did get some good numbers on most of my projects this fortnight, mainly because work's been super quiet again. I've been finishing early again, which means I get to come home, do what I have to do earlier, and have an extra hour or so of stitching. So I've been getting some really good numbers in. All right, the next one is this one. It is the Quaker Sampler, and it is from Happy Mood Point on Etsy. The store is no longer called Happy Mood Point, but if you put in Happy Mood Point, the store will come up. They've just changed the name, and for the life of me, I still can't remember what they've changed the name to. But yeah, this is what it is looking like, or will look like when it is finished. This one. All right, so last time we seen it, I was down here and I only had a little bit of this red to finish off. So obviously I finished that off, and then I moved up and started over here. So that's where I've got to. Now this is being stitched on 16 count Aida that I dyed myself in a very pale blue. And I am using all Petite Treasure braid thread in all different like Christmassy colours. And I stitched on this for 2 days and I got 1,200 stitches into it. Now the problem that I'm running into is I'm starting to run out of Petite Treasure braid. So I've ran out of the gold to finish off these bows up here, so I'll have to order that. And I know there's a few of the other colours that I'm starting to run short on, so I'm going to have to order them. I'll order them through JK's, and the problem is Janet doesn't always have them in stock, so I'm maybe waiting a little while for the back order to come in. So what I'm going to do with this is, for my next round of picking out, like I've got this fortnight's already, like the next fortnight's already done because they were the last 7 of my rotation. What I'm going to do is I'm going to leave the card for this one out until I get to the very last rotation of it. That'll give me 6 weeks to be able to order some more petite treasure braids. And I'm thinking what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a few other colours, like an orange and maybe a pink and stuff like that, just to add a few other colours. I won't be getting any more colours in the beads. I'll just use the beads that I've already ordered or purchased. But yeah, so I'm trying to do them in as different colours as possible, so they're so they're a little bit different, but it's meant to be like Christmassy, Christmas bauble-y colours and stuff like that. So yeah, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to leave the card for that one out of the picking until I can order more petite treasure braids, because they ain't cheap either. They're like, what are they, $5-6 a card. So if I want to order 4, 5 or 6 of them, it's going to cost me $30 odd to get them. And then I'm going to stitch all of the big ones, of course, first, and then I will go in and decide which ones are these smaller ones I'm going to bead and which ones I'm just going to stitch in as a smaller, like just in a single colour of the petite treasure braid. So that is that one. Alright, on to the next. We have Mini Shaman. Artwork is by Laurie Prindle, and it is a Heaven and Earth Designs pattern. This is what it will look like when it is finished. So I've been working over here on this part, over in the back of the horse on the edge of the pattern. These feathers, a couple of feathers are just starting to come in here, and they're looking really, really good. Still having issue with this nurge, this one, just this one, not holding my fabric taut enough. My other larger nurge hoops I'm not having the issue with, so I don't know if it's just a defect in this one, that it's not quite, maybe the outer hoops maybe a little bit bigger than the inner hoop and it's just not holding properly. But maybe when I move to the next page, I might just put some, you know, those blue chucks cloths that you can get. I've been using them under my Q-snaps and they hold really well instead of the felt. So I might try to put some of them in just to make it a bit thicker. Anyway, this is where I'm up to with it. So as you can see, I have filled in quite a bit of that. You can see the blanket and the back of the horse here. This is one of the feathers that is coming in, and another one up here. So I do have a few colours still to pop in there, but what I could have done was just kept pushing on to a third day and got those done as well. But I knew that I had a couple of days coming up, a couple of nights coming up that I couldn't stitch on, so I really wanted to get a bit of work into my others. But this is being stitched on 16 count. Yes, 16 count aider using CXC threads, and I worked on this for 2 days and I got 1,700 stitches into it. So most of these here are, I think I've only got a couple of colours left on that page actually just to stitch in, and all I've been doing is because I started over here in the corner or something, all I've been doing is just picking the next symbol and just going wherever it takes me. But that is looking really good. I'm loving this here, how the colours have been put in so it looks like like a shiny paint, like a metallic, nearly a metallic paint on the horse. And being a mini, I don't think I've lost too much definition. I'll even with the feathers, like I don't think there's a lot of definition that's been lost in them. Obviously, you're not going to see the very fine details of each individual strand of feather or anything in it, but for a mini, I think it looks pretty good. So yeah, that is currently where I'm up to with it. And this one, I'm thinking that once I finish that's like all that, I will move across and do the whole bottom column of, or row, whatever you want. I think it's a row, whole bottom row of pages, and get that done. Because if you have a look at the pattern, if I keep moving up here, I'm going to get into all the detail of the feathers and stuff like that. And there's still detail over here, but I'd like to come across and get that sort of bigger chunk there taken care of, and then basically I'll have from there up to do. So that's where I'm going to head with that one, I think. Shove that back in the bag. A bag that I made myself of all different styles of feathers, which I thought was very appropriate for this project. All right. Sorry, don't know where that yawn came from. Next one was Sans Souci from Long Dog Samplers. Now, I was, as you know, I had moved over into here and was doing that section. Hey, where's that coming from? Don't know. All right. Put a picture of where it was, and this is where I'm up to with it. As you can see, I have moved the cute Nerge once again. So I did finish off all of this, finished off all the purples down here. I think I had all the teal already done and I only had to do the purples. So I finished off all the purples in there, and then as you can see, done a lot of back stitching. So I stitched on this one for 2 days and I've done 1,500 actual cross stitches. I would have to say that there would be probably another 500 stitches just in back stitch, cause all in here, as you get all this in here, right the way down. It's not focusing. Oh, there we go, that's better. Right the way down is all back stitching. Then you've got all this in here, and here is back stitching, of course, all of these down here. Then over here we've got all this grass and what haven't you in back stitching. Yeah, a lot of back stitching this particular long dog has in it. But thankfully I am nearly at the bottom. So yes, I've finished all the back stitching in this section, so I will move, next time I pull it, I will move the nudge and we'll go down here to the bottom of the pattern. As you can see, I've written on the fabric just in pencil, what pattern, what project this was for. Generally that's what I do when I'm cutting out a lot of fabrics for my projects, because I just measure them and cut them, and then I usually just throw them in a pile to then get and then I'll serge them all. So I write on the bottom of them in the margin what one it's for, so I know what bag it's meant to go back into. But that is looking really good. I am loving the colors in this. So down here we don't have as much teal in the bottom section of the pattern. Down here there's still a little bit, but then you've got all this, which I'm going to be doing in purples. So as you can see, that is, yeah, there we go, that is the top of that house there, or church, or whatever it's meant to be. So I really don't have that much. Oh no, sorry, it's this one. That is the church. I think it's meant to be a church here. So yeah, I still do have all of this to do. So there's still a fair bit of teal in there, but there's going to be a lot of purple as well. And yeah, I told you that, and that is being, whoops, just popped my needle winder off, and it had my needle attached. There we go. Found it. Alright, put that back on there. Stick it in there and it'll be in the bag. That is being stitched on 18 count Aida. On to the next one, which is this one. It is Oh Great Spirit. It is a very old dimensions chart. The artwork is by Linda K. Powell. This is copyright from 1996. So last time you've seen it, I was up here. I had done most of the border. I think I had a little bit of the border left. So that is what it will look like when it is finished. I'll put up a picture of where we were up to. And this is where it's at now. So I have finished, well, I haven't quite finished off the border because these sections are part of the wings or part of the feathers and stuff in the headdress of the chief. But I did finish off the dark 838 or whatever it was meant to be in here. And then I came up and started on the sun and the mountains. Now, what I'm going to do is back stitch as I go. So once I've got all of this section done, I'll come back and I'll back stitch all over the sun and everything to get all that definition in. But I am loving this. I only stitched on this for one day, unfortunately, and I got 800 stitches into it. Now, that 800 included all of that sun, which is half cross. So the way that would have actually been probably nearly 1,000 or so stitches because for my groups like Whip Warriors and stuff like that, and some of my other groups that I'm in that I play games in, one half stitch, well, two half stitches are a full stitch. So that's how I counted them. I counted two half stitches as a full stitch. So for the 800 stitches, as you can see, well, you might not be able to see, but all of this here is half stitch. Then this dark yellow starts into the full stitch. All of this is full cross, but all that is half. So there's probably about 400 or 500 half cross stitches, or well, yeah, in there. So if that had have been, if they had have all been full crosses, it would have been a bigger stitch count. But I did only get one day on this, but 800 is still a decent amount on it, I think. But yeah, I'm loving how this one is coming along, and I have already cut out all the fabric and got it all sorted for my other ones that I want to do as companion pieces to it, which you will see most of them in my stash dive videos. Alright, the very last one that I worked on, which I only managed to work on for one day as well, was this one, Moonwolf 1. This is Light Unicorn Designs from Etsy, I am sure. That is what it will look like when it is completed. I am working in this quadrant here. So, put a picture of where it was, and this is currently where I'm up to. Now I am doing this on a 16 count, I think it's 16 count, pink fabric that I got from Paddock Lane Designs. The light is playing funny buggers, you can't actually get a proper. So yeah, as you can see, I have put in a fair few more stitches in there. As I said, I only got one day stitching on this, and I got 700 stitches into it. So that was last night. It does stitch up quick once I get working on it. And it is looking really good on the pink. I did realize that there was some pink stitches in there, and I thought that they might have got lost being on the pink fabric, but as you can see, the very, very light pale pink, like 819, does get a little lost, but the darker pinks still stand out. So it is coming along, you can see, and I am not stitching the white. The whole background of that is charted, so all of that is charted in white and doing all that. That is why I chose pink fabric. So the only thing I was thinking of is in here on the wolf, in here, whether I should just leave it pink so the pink comes through, or whether I should do it in only stitch that white part. But I wanted the pink to come through in the moon. So that is going to be something that I will decide once I get to the wolf. I will assess what it's looking like and how much pink is actually coming through. See, that's that quadrant. So the wolf will come in down here. So there's really not that much pink. It's like a very, very light pink in that fabric down there. So I may actually be able to get away with not even stitching any of the white in the wolf. But that is that's once I get there, I will have to assess how it is looking and what I think needs to be done. And it looks like I've got chocolate on my fabric. Don't lose your needle. All right. So that is all my stitching that I've done. So I stitched for 12 days out of the 14 and I got 8,500 stitches done in that time. So I think that's still pretty good going. As I said, I did get some good numbers on some of those pieces. And that I think is because I am coming to the, and a lot of page finishes. And the way I work is I try to work in the smallest numbers first and leave all the bigger numbers of stitches till the end. So I can just go and stitch mindlessly. I think that's why I got some good numbers in this fortnight. Alright, so we will update my boards. I'll just lean over and grab this. I'll go with these ones first. So, first one is Tribal Wolf, is this one here. I've got 1,100 stitches. That brings that to 3,300. And then we go to the Happy Mood Point Quaker. That got 1,200 into there. Which brings us to 2,600. Sans Souci, it's right over here. 1,500 brings us to 3,500. Great Spirit. 700. That is 3,700. And then Moon Wolf is 800. And that brings us to 2,100 for that one. Alright, so as you can see, most of them are creeping up over the 3,000 stitch mark, which is getting me closer to my 5,000 stitches goal into each of them. And as I said, if I reach that on them, good-o, I'll just keep stitching. If I reach the 5,000 on all of them, I'll just up this to 7,500 and just keep going and see how far or how many stitches we can get into them in the year. But I know I put the 5,000 stitch goal there, but it's only just something to aim towards. If I go past it, I do. If I don't reach it, well, I don't. Now, I only had to, I only had 2 full coverages in this fortnight. First one was Top Frog, which we got 1,500 stitches into. And that total brings us to 3,500. And Mini Shaman. right beside it. What did I get? 1,700, which, if my calculations are correct, brings us to 4,000. Now, if I can reach 5,000 stitches on all of these by the end of June, I will be on track to get my 10,000 stitches into them. But this one here is going to be my nemesis. This one here may be the one that pulls me under and stops me from reaching 10,000 on all 10 of them. I don't know what it is about Daydream Sea Turtles, but I love the pattern, and I love stitching on it, and there's nothing wrong with Nikki's charting. It's very hard going at the moment, I think, because I was in the turtles, and there is a lot of colour changes in there. Hopefully once I get up into some of the flowers and the brighter colours, it will move along a little bit quicker. And of course, we all know that I was having issues. I wasn't liking the fabric being so stiff. Right. Now, I'm not pulling these out, and I've already gone through and written them into my diary because these are the last 7 cards. So I'll just quickly show you and then show you the cover photos, except for the stamped one, because I never brought it with me and I don't have it. Oh, do I have it? No, I don't. All right, so the fortnight coming, I'm going to be stitching on the Stamped Project, Moonrise Song, my Cross Stitch for Everyone Sal, Wild, and Tiger Lily. That is the 7. No, that's only 5 of them. Hang on, I'm missing 2. Protector and Daydream Sea Turtles. So they're the 7 that I'll be stitching on for this fortnight. Yeah. So they can all go back in there, and I'll tip all the other ones in there later, except for the Happy Mood Point one, which I'll hold out. Right. These should all be in here because they're the only ones left. So we have the Cross Stitch for Everyone Sal, the Out of the Savannah. We're up to page 6, I think it is. So I think we've got the whole top row, and then the next next page into the second row, and it is a tree all the way across, and then there's like a bird, a macaw or some coloured bird, and a sun, and then it comes down and you keep stitching into the tree here. So it'll be interesting to see what other animals crop up over time. Then we have Protector, which is Pain-Free Crafts piece. We have Wild, which is from 2x2 Stitch Art on Etsy. We've got Daydream Sea Turtles, which is Charting Creations, and as I said, I was stitching in here in the all in here in the turtles. So I don't know if that's why it was a little bit hard going, because as you can see there is a lot of colour changes in there, but I'll keep plugging along with it. It takes me 10 years to if it takes me 10 years to stitch it, well, it takes me 10 years, as long as I get some of these others completed and keep swapping them out. All right, and then next one is going to be Numunra Song, which is an artisy piece, and Tiger Lily, which is another pain-free crafts piece, which is one of my Crystal Club kits, and the stamped kit, which I thought I put the cover photo in here, and I obviously didn't. I'm just, yeah. So the stamped kit is the Dreamcatcher with that pain in the ass rayon threads. So yeah, they're all the ones that I'm going to be stitching on. Now, every designer came out with a sale. So Artisy has had their sale going all month, as we know, which finishes on the 30th of April. And then Haid came out with a 50% sale, and then Crossstitch for Everyone came out with a sale. Betsy at the Crossstitch Studio came out with a sale. Then Nikki at Charting Creations and Sarah at Pain Free Crafts both jumped on board, and they also had sales. I'm not sure if they're still going. I know one was till the 20, can't remember. Someone's was until the 24th of April, so you still have a couple of days. Yeah. So they all came out with sales all at the same time. I got to space them out, just saying, instead of all hitting us all at once and making us choose who we were going to buy patterns from. I mean, I know Artisy has a biannual, twice yearly, I should say, sale, one in April, one in November. So that's fine. I knew that was coming up. But as for the others, I mean, Haid has sales at the drop of the hat, so they're a dime a dozen. You know, you can, if you miss this sale, you know there's one just around the corner for some reason, and you can get whatever you want. But Charting Creations and Pain Free Crafts and Betsy at the Crossstitch Studio don't have sales very often. So usually if you want to get one of their patterns on sale, you have to jump on it. So I did. I bought one from Nikki at Charting Creations, and I am just trying to find it. Scrolling. Haha, there it is. So I bought this one. Let me just see if that works. No. How did you think that was going to work any better? Let me see. No. I'll turn it that way. So I got this one, which is called Wolf Blanket, and it is by Greg Giordano. Obviously, this is the one that I was talking about being a companion piece for my Shaped Wolf one that is by Haid. So I don't know what colour fabric I might do this one on. Maybe do it on a blue or something like that to match the blues in here. So the white wolf will stand out better. I'm not sure. Only thing with this one is Nikki has charted all the background, so the background is all white, which I will not be stitching, obviously. Whereas Heaven and Earth Designs only charted the wolf. But yeah, love that one. Have eyed it, been eyeing it off for a long time, ever since it was released. And with Nikki having the sale, as I said, she doesn't very often have a sale. I jumped on it. And then I got 2 from Pain Free Crafts. We have this one called Catching Dreams. It is artwork by Katie Lipscomb. This is one of the ones that I is going to be a companion piece to Protector, because this is one of the ones that I have already dyed the fabric for and cut it out to size. And then I got this one, which is also by Katie Lipscomb, called A Regal Howling Wolf. This is the 3rd one that I'd already dyed the fabric for. So the 3 of those are all going to be companion pieces. I am debating whether I stitch this blue down here or leave the blue out and just let the green fabric come through. I know it's part of the pattern, but with having a coloured fabric, I think just having the wolf and that with the wings and what haven't you on the fabric, rather than having this stitched down here, I think that's what I'll probably do. So yeah, those are the 2 that I bought from Sarah at Pain Free Crafts. So, and of course I bought the leopard one from Tarina at Artisy a few weeks back when it was first released. But yeah, that is all of my stash that I acquired, I think. And I have filmed my 2 stash dive videos, one which is just the fully kitted projects, and one which is the projects being in the process of being kitted. I will just space them out and post them over the next few weeks. So you'll get this video today or this week, and then I'll probably post one of those stash dive videos next week. Then you'll have another update, Flosstube update, and then I'll probably post the next one. But yeah, I think that is everything stitch related. Winners. So 4 of the winners have contacted me, and they have received their charts and they've received their patterns. So I hope you all have fun and enjoy stitching those. There was some great choices in those patterns. So really great choices. I am still waiting to hear on the last winner. I will give them another 2 weeks, and if I haven't heard from them by the time of the next update, I will draw another winner. I know by then that Artisy's sale will be finished, but honestly, their patterns are still cheap enough that I really don't care. I'll draw another winner and buy a pattern for them. I just thought having the giveaway now while the sale was on was a good chance to support one of my Australian designers. But yeah, so I will give them another 2 weeks to respond. And yeah, if I don't hear from them, then I'll just pick another winner. Easy done. I probably should have done it this video, but you know, not everyone has a chance to watch all videos in 2 weeks. So yeah, and that's what I'll do. Alright guys, I think that's it. I don't have any really life updates because I've just been stitching and working and stitching and working. the son's off on school holidays. I'm surprised we haven't seen him walking past the doorway half a dozen times yet. Just to be annoying. But yeah, so he goes back to school next week. He's already halfway through his holidays. Goes back to school, and I can't believe we're halfway through April already. Or 3/4 of the way through April already. Well, where is this year going to? Alright guys, I think that's it. There he is. He heard me talking about him, so he couldn't help himself. Big ears flapping. Heard me talking. Alright guys, I am going to leave it as that. So once again, thank you very much for tuning in. I know that there's a lot of us out there, and with everyone's busy schedules, it is hard to keep up with everyone's newest videos. But I am pleased and very grateful that you guys tune in every time I put a video up. It's very much appreciated. So thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed seeing my progress for this fortnight, and I hope you come back and see my progress for the next fortnight as well. All right guys, please, wherever you are in the world, take care and stay safe. Until next time, bye.